Okay, everyone, I'm glad you're back with me, and we are on my favorite page, page 5. So we have a new pocket page here, so I'm gonna label it 5, turn it over, and 6. Okay, so page 5 has a fair amount of cuts, but it will all be worth it. So let's start with A. It's going to be 6 7/8 by 5 1/4. B is 6 by 6. C, 7 by 4. D is 6 7/8 by 4 1/2. E, 6 7/8 by 4. F is 6 7/8 by 3 7/8, so that's 2 lines before 4. And G, 11 by 5 1/2. And then lastly, H, 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. Nope, 5 1/4. 5 1/2 by 5 1/4. Okay, so I'm going to get my scoreboard, and let's start with A. Okay, so A gets scored, let me see real quick, 1/2 inch with the 5 1/4 inside facing the top. B does not get a score line, so I'm going to set that aside. C is a pocket, so we're going to score on 3 sides, and I'm going to start with the 7-inch side going across the top, because that's going to be our open side. Okay, D, we're going to have the 4 1/2 inch side facing the top. E, the 4-inch side faces the top. F, I want the smaller side, so the 3 7/8 faces the top. Okay, let me see. H is just an insert, so I'm going to set that aside. That does not get a score line. And G is a booklet, so we're going to score this in the middle. So the middle of 11 is 5 1/2. Okay, we're done with our scoreboard. Fold that over. All right, and I'm going to set that aside along with our 6 by 6, our B and H flaps. Now let's bring out the tape. Wrong tape. I want 3/8 inch. to need tape soon. All right, so let's press this all down. All right, and we're gonna cut the corners on the pocket. That's the C pocket. All right, so we have our page 5 right here, and let's get started with flap A. That's going to be on the left-hand side. So let me find A. That's our 5 1/4 inch flap, and I'm going to put that right here on the right-hand side. Actually, no, that goes on the left-hand side. So turn this page so our left-hand side is facing you, and do the same that we've always done. You line it up left and right, and then just bring it to the edge of the pocket page using your thumbs to guide you, and then gently place that down. Okay, and when you're happy it looks good, then you can press it down. Okay, so the next one, let's work on the right-hand side. So there's 3 right-hand flaps, okay? So what we want to do, we've got D, E, and F, and I believe I forgot to mention E. I wanted it scored on the with the textured side face up, so that's no problem. If you already scored it, just rescore it and put the textured side up, because I want it to face the opposite direction. It's going to be like an accordion. So basically this folds the other way. Okay, so the first flap we're going to put down is the D flap on the right-hand side. I'm going to use this A flap to guide me so I have it lined up on the top and bottom, which is now our left and right, and guide it down to the end. Okay, so that one's put on there. And then E, that's the one we have facing the opposite direction, because what I want to do, let's see, I want the top facing up, so I'm going to be putting this underneath like that, and then this flap is going to go on top over here. Okay, so basically we've got our right-hand flap going this way. I want to put this, I put the tape already on the textured side, so instead of going on top of this flap, it's going to go underneath, and I'm going to gently just put that flap right there, and that way this folds that way in. So we want that fold to be going like that. Okay, and that's why I rescored it with the textured side facing up. So I'm going to put this down and gently just guide this flap on the right hand flap, and I'm just coming just a wee bit under that score line, and I'll just press down one side, go to the bottom so I can move it around, and I'm just underneath this score line, and it's lined up this way, there's no paper sticking out, and then I can press it down. So this will go like this. So it's gonna go like that and then open that way. Okay? Let's give it another press. Okay? Now the last flap, the skinniest flap, is gonna go at the edge here, and it's going to just face in. And this will come just before this fold line. So this edge is right before this fold line. So you can turn it so it's facing you. I've got my textured side facing up, and I'm looking, it's lined up to the left and right. I'm just underneath that crease line, and I will guide this to the edge of this middle flap. Okay, so it's gonna go like this. We're gonna put a magnet there, but when we open our book, then we'll be able to go like that. Really cool. Okay, so that's there. Now, why don't we put our some magnets down before we start working on the topper part? Okay, so I want a magnet here in the middle. That way this can lay down nice while we're working on the topper. Okay, now let's see. We don't really need a magnet here, I wouldn't say. So let's just put a magnet, let me see. I'm not gonna put one here. I'm gonna put it, our topper is gonna be here. I'll have a magnet and it'll go over to here. Okay, so this is all held down nice. Let's bring out our other flaps. So we have B and H. Okay, so B is a 6x6. It's gonna go like this. C is a pocket, which is gonna go right on top here. So let's do that first. We have B, doesn't matter which direction, it's square. We'll take our C, which is the 7x4 piece, take off just the bottom. Okay, and we will put that on top of our square here. Okay, I'm leaving the sides untaped so I can put decorative paper under there. That's gonna go like that. All right, let me see. This is gonna be a booklet that's gonna go in here. You can decide if you wanna round these corners. I'm going to. And H, what did I do with H? Hold on. All right, I see what I did. The booklet I used on a different page. So I'm gonna take that out of your cut list because I found it was kind of bulky right there. So I just put H, which is just it's going to be a photo mat. 5.5 by 4 1/4. It's going to go like this. Sorry about that. So what I'm going to do is have the 5 1/4 inch side across the top. It'll be like this. And we will put a magnet under here and it'll land there. Okay? And so just forget about the booklet. We can use that. I'm going to put that into a different pocket. So don't throw it out. We'll put that in a different pocket, and I will tell you which one I found room in. So what we want to do, just to mark it with our pencil, like we did before, you place it around, see what looks good to you. I put it right in the middle, basically, so I have, looks like 3/4 of an inch on each side. And right at the edge here of this left-hand pocket, I'm going to go a little bit in from there and put a pencil mark right here. So basically, I'm going to tape from here to here. That part will have score tape. And then we'll put it down after you get your decorative paper on. And then before you put your decorative paper here, you put a magnet here, put it over to there, and then finish decorating. Okay, so I will put this for now right inside here in the middle, and I'm going to show you how I decorated this page. Okay, so I just like this multi-level, there's different papers, it just gives it a nice look. So our photo mat and the inside, I just took paper from my Halloween pack, put it here. This was from the 6x6 piece from the Authentique 6x6 pad. I have one of our tags here. And then I open it this way. I chose like a wood in the background, weathered wood. Got my spider webs here. I just like the way this looks. And if you wanted, you could put a little photo mat underneath here because the magnet will keep it down. So say you had just a little photo mat, you could put it there. And you know, it's like a little pocket. You could have a pull out, that is optional. And it will hold because of the magnet. And then I have green, all the same pattern here. So it looks more like a layout. And then I open it up. I've got similar pattern to the middle. I've got my wood going here. This is sort of that same weathered look. And I don't know if you can't see the whole thing. See, it's a nice big long layout. So I just love the way that came out. And this accordion style flap is really neat. And I chose this polka dot paper for the inside because it matched what I had over here. And I've been edging, I've been inking my edges. I use this, it's an espresso, it's like a dark brown. This is from Close to My Heart, and it just looks nice with the ink there. So hope you like that one, and we'll be on to page 6. See you soon.